Hey yo, it's Leno and welcome back to another episode here on the CraftWorks SMP. And last episode, we got this custom path put in, we got a little pond and a custom tree, and I even made some flower fields over here and right here in front of the castle itself. And really this helped, just bring this area to life. Oh, and I guess we can't forget that tower right there. Yeah, this also happened last episode as well. I still love this. This is just absolutely incredible. But as much as I want to continue working out here on landscaping and terraforming and stuff, there's another thing that I need to prioritize, and that is my storage situation in here, because this has gotten way too out of hand. Some of the crafters actually just called me out on it the other day when they were visiting over here, and I need to get this taken care of. So I am going to do a redstone storage system like I did last season. It's not going to be as fancy as I wanted it to be this season, but it's just because this season has, it's honestly getting closer to the end. So I need to start getting some things done around here. So I'm going to go ahead and get something done with that. But I want to take some inspiration from what I did in last season's storage room. So I think what we need to do real quick is we need to pay a visit to season 1. Oh, I forgot I logged out right here. Okay, give me a second to get to the mega base. I went ahead and put myself in creative and then set the weather to clear because I got tired of the rain, but I really wanted to just look back at this while I'm here. I know we're in season 2 right now, and really towards the end of season 2, and I just kind of wanted to look back at this while I'm here. It's been ages since I've been here. This whole area was incredible. For those of you who didn't get to see CraftWorks Season 1, I highly recommend you go back and check out everybody's perspectives, because everything we did here was incredible. The starter ship that's connected to Cap's version of my ship, and everything else we've got going on out here. It's just crazy. I love it. I miss these days. This was honestly not that long ago. I highly recommend you guys go and check it out if you haven't already. I need to stop getting distracted, and I need to get back to the mega base. If I'm not mistaken, it was down this hallway. It's been a while. Okay, I'm trying to remember my way around. All right, we're now at my Season 1 Mega Base, and I forgot just how much I love this build. This was absolutely incredible. So many firsts went into this, and this was crazy, but I'm not going to get too distracted. If you want to see more of this, we do have a link to the CraftWorks Season 1 world download somewhere, or you can just go and watch all of our videos. That I highly encourage that for sure. But in here is what we're here for, and this is the storage room I did for last season. So what this is it's a recategorizer, and what I did was I made it where I could drop off shulker boxes worth of items right here. So I could just put in a shulker box and it would send it up, empty it out, and then send it across, and it would go into its respective chests. Or I could just put blank items in here. It didn't have to be shulker boxes, and it puts the empty ones back in here, and it just auto sorts everything. And the way the filters work is that any of the items that are grouped up will receive those items. So right here I've got oak, and these are all of the items that will filter into the oak chest. And you basically get the idea. That's going to be the system that goes around for all of the individual items. So anything that can be made into, like, lights and stuff like that can go in here. Any of the occupation blocks or anything like that will go in here. Any of the prismarine stuff went in here. You get the idea by now. I hope you get it. Yeah, that is pretty much what I'm going for with Season 2's storage room. I definitely want this same system, but it's gonna have to be laid out differently because of just how the castle is, I guess. And well, this base that I did, it's 100% underground. So like if I fly up and out here, you can see exactly what all we did out here. This was mine and E's base from CraftWorks Season 1. I did the tree, E did this whole Utopia thing out here. Again, highly recommend going and checking that out. But because I built underground, I had the freedom to dig out whatever size room I wanted and make that work. And this was pretty much perfect. I had absolutely no complaints with this, other than the one time E accidentally broke my redstone with water. Sorry, love you, E. But yeah, so I'm kind of thinking I want to do this sort of thing. I'm going to need a lot of resources and stuff to get this sort of thing set up back in Season 2, because I don't have a lot of these resources, like the comparators and the repeaters and stuff like that. Gonna need quite a bit of these. Gonna need a lot of barrels, a lot of hoppers. I've already got the target blocks thanks to Melissa, and I'm just gonna need a lot. I'm gonna need a lot in general. This is gonna be wild. But in terms of aesthetics for Season 2, it's gonna be something like this, but not quite, because, well, this was my theme for last season, but this season the Mega Base is more of an enchanted vibe, so it's not going to be like this dark theme or anything like this. It's going to be something brighter for sure. And I want to pull in some other ideas that I used in this room as well, such as the shulker boxes in the floors and the water. Whoops, didn't mean to break that. And the water running around and stuff. I thought that was a really cool idea. You know what? I forgot that E put items in various shulker boxes that I had laying around here. Anyway, this is not a trip down memory lane. This is us trying to figure out what we want to do. So I think I figured out what I want to do, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it just yet. So let's pop back over to CraftWorks Season 2 where we can get some resources together. Back in Season 2 now, and I think I have decided that I'm just going to have to be okay with having a slightly smaller storage room than I did last season. Just because, well, for one, last season I didn't even use all of the chests that I did have, and well, I don't really have that much room to mess with, so we're going to just work with this. And I think I can kind of congest some of these items together in some of these chests and stuff as well. And, well, yeah, you can see kind of what I'm going for in terms of the shape of the room and everything. And I've gone ahead and put the hoppers back here, but that's pretty much it. I haven't done any of the redstone or anything else. I've gotten pretty much all of the resources over here together for it. I'm really hoping that these are all the resources that I need, because this is quite a lot. And yes, that's a lot of snowballs and ender pearls, but that's kind of used for the filtration system in this. I'll explain that later on, but I think I pretty much got everything else ready to go, so I'm going to go on ahead and get started on building the redstone and try to get that knocked out, because this in and of itself is probably going to take me a few days anyway, because I'm having to follow a tutorial. The link to the tutorial is in the description below, but yeah, I'm going to have to follow a tutorial and get that going, so I'm just going to do that. And instead of boring you guys with all of the redstone details and everything like that, how about you check out some of this footage that I got with Goose and some of the other crafters the other day. I think I absolutely love Craft Trap. I think
Yeah,
K-Hug did great with this one. When we were talking about building sculptures out here, I actually thought about doing like a claptrap type thing from Borderlands, and K-Hug beat me to it.
He beat you to it.
I was told specifically not to plan anything, so I just grabbed a couple ender chests full of random junk to like go.
I didn't even bring blocks.
Okay, so we got, here's a box of junk. You guys are welcome to use that. You're welcome to use whatever you guys brought. And
my base is over there, so I'm just gonna
you just go grab whatever you
I'll
need.
probably fly back for other blocks.
Now, there is only one requirement.
Okay.
You have to name and sign it.
Okay.
Sweet.
So if I just built a noob tower and called it Noob Tower, does that count?
It's art.
I think you got your answer.
Yeah.
I'm just
Or
gonna
like-
take a tiny pedestal.
Like
and-
just like a giant dirt tower to build height, put a couple torches on top, and then just name it Nostalgia.
See,
Nostalgia.
that's great. Look,
Nostalgia.
that's art.
That's art. It is.
Great. I love it. Go for it.
I actually quite like this.
Yeah, this is actually really cool.
Yeah, that is really good for.
Oh yeah.
If I saw that, I would stare at it for a while.
Looks like a
I would
Blaze
too.
had a
I'd
baby.
be like,
You
ooh.
totally would.
Please.
This is how much
It's a Blaze.
phasmophobia I've been playing lately.
You know what this also reminds me of? Pinocchio, when they all become donkeys. And...
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, if you look at it, like
no.
the donkey face looks like a girl face, which is
I thought it was. I didn't even realize it was a donkey.
yeah.
It looks
That's
like
what I
a girl
said.
with like two little like things on her hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ears, yeah.
okay. It's like the piglin thing with the. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's the anime girl
Yeah,
as opposed
exactly.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, what? That's actually it's hard for me to see a donkey now.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
ever
it's
since
so
it's pointed out, I
funny.
can't see a
once
donkey
you
anymore.
refocus the nostrils into eyes, yeah, and you can do the same thing with like piglins too.
It was after this that we decided that we wanted to group up and make one sculpture together, where we were just placing one block at a time and just passing it off to the next person, and it turned out to be pretty chaotic. Go ahead and check this out.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Here.
And
I'll
wait,
go
let's
first.
let's all stand in a row so we know
Okay.
what order we're going in.
Single file line, everybody. Single file
Oh,
line.
sorry.
Everybody
Next to
calm
one
down.
another or in line?
What?
Let's go in line.
Oh, we're going this way. Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna look so scuffed when we're done.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right, last one.
It's all up to you.
I really thought about grabbing
Aw.
that one too. I really thought about it.
Should we call it teamwork?
Gorgeous.
I mean,
Or a
Let's do
masterpiece?
it.
I mean,
Or
Oh,
just a masterpiece. Yeah, let's
the
just call it
the
a-
masterpiece.
The masterpiece.
well, this has been interesting.
Oh,
It
that's
is
too much. That's
interesting.
too much for me to put on. Let's just call it the master.
The master.
Okay.
That's
With the
weird and-
goose's face up front.
Weird and ominous.
It's more interesting than a banana taped to the wall, and they call that art. So,
Yeah, true.
Oh my lord.
It makes it funny.
Coming.
Yo, K-Hug. Do you like the,
Where is
the
he?
masterpiece we
There
just
he
I'm
is.
here.
Hello.
Oh,
What do you think
whoa,
of our
wait a minute, I-
masterpiece?
Oh, I didn't even notice. For some reason, I counted 5 and went, "Oh yeah, this is everybody," and then didn't even notice Melissa was here. Nice.
Wow.
No, I don't know if I just looked over the
You
first
have
one.
the right to punch him now, you know.
Oh no.
Oh,
She
Oh,
just marches
No,
away.
no.
K-Hug, you came in and said that immediately after I insulted something she said on
Yeah, hold on.
accident.
Follow the cookies. Follow the cookies. Come on
Oh,
back. Come on
Gold
back.
carrots. I love carrots.
I support this because I sell them.
Oh yeah, give me that bag. Hold on. Wait a minute. No.
hold on. That's worth money. Money.
Check out our
Who did
masterpiece.
this? Who did this? What is
Oh, yeah.
what is
That,
this?
that's
yeah.
Melissa's.
Oh, not again! No.
Wow, it's just dunk on Melissa day. It's
I didn't see
cool.
the sign. Oh, it was the worst.
Oh man.
He said, "What is this?"
Well, when I was flying in, I was like, "Oh, somebody took advantage of this sculpture thing and just did a stack of dirt." But like, I can't.
No, it's so
I-
good though. It's so good. It's
It's
calling the
okay.
name.
It's
The
good,
name
yeah.
is what makes it.
But it's called
wait.
nostalgia.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Nope,
Okay,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
See,
Yep,
see,
yep.
all right,
See,
yeah.
You have
see,
to-
you get it now. You get it now. You get it
Yeah,
now.
from Spawn, it looks chaotic, but yeah, you get over here and you read it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
What on earth? Masterpiece. Goose.
Goose, Millie Lane,
No,
and
no.
Melissa.
It's all
Who's
four of
made
us.
it?
All
All
four
of
of us
us.
contributed to it. Yep.
Read the signs.
No.
He is.
No,
he
the,
is.
the reason I stopped at Masterpiece Goose is I saw your face
Oh.
stuck on the side.
Why?
Face.
Oh, because it's called Masterpiece. Good. No, it's supposed to be called Masterpiece, but by
Oh,
Goose.
okay. This is chaos.
Yeah.
Masterpiece Goose by Millie Lane and Melissa.
Ooh.
So-
wait, what skin? Oh, it's a cow.
No,
It's
it's
a
a
donkey.
donkey. It's a donkey.
It's a donkey.
But-
Wait, no, hold on. But if you back up, does that not look like a face?
That-
Look
yes,
like a-
that's what I was
yes,
going
the anime
for.
girl. Yeah.
That's what I was going
Yeah,
for.
okay. I'm not crazy. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, that's a person's head, but never mind, it's not.
Yep.
Whoa.
See,
Hey, look
see
at
there
that.
we go. Now
Yeah,
Melissa's
wow,
gonna play that.
That
finally.
is the reaction you needed.
Finally,
is
somebody
cool.
likes me.
This is awesome. I gotta figure out armor stands. Shroom light.
Believe it or not, it's still the same day, and I am done with the redstone. Or at least for the sorting part. Anyway, I have not put in the shulker box unloader yet, but when I start decorating the room, that will be put up. But for now, the sorter is working, and that's what I'm after. So up here, if you can see this chest, this is an empty chest. If I drop items in, it will send this minecart all the way around, and it will kind of figure out what items needs to be filtered and whatnot just by running the track. I don't know how to explain it. Basically, it runs underneath there, and then runs over these, and it kind of detects which chest holds those specific items and things like that. And then these chests up here are the filters. So right here I've got some deep slate tiles and glass, and then I've got some redstone stuff in this one, and then further on down back there as well. So I just want to show you guys how it works really quickly. So if I hop back up here, and let's just drop in a little bit of what I have for now. So I'm just going to put in the glass, these few powered rails, and then just a few things of the redstone blocks. And then if I come down here, you can see these lights turn on, which is the indicator that the system is working. And then the minecart is going to circle around this track, and as you can see, it just did, and it'll light this chest up, telling you that it's dropping items off in here. When it's done, that light will turn off, and this will stay on because there's still more items in the system to be filtered out. And you can see here that this one turned on, so it should be dropping off the items here any second now. Yep, there they go right there. And then it will go back through one more time, and that one is basically going to connect up over to this side. So if we keep an eye out over here, you're going to see a redstone lamp. I think it's this one or this one right here, and it's going to light up, and then there's going to be some redstone blocks being dropped off inside of there as well. It might just take a second because of how these two are connected, but it does work. I have tested it, at least. Hopefully I didn't just break it by saying that it works. Oh, see, there it goes right there. And give it just a second, and some of the redstone blocks should be filtering in now. Yep, right there, we've got some filtering in. And the system works, and that's exactly what I was looking for. I'm honestly glad that I was able to get this part put in today, because this was the hard part. I was not expecting to have this put together all in one day. And yeah, this is kind of crazy because last season it took me like 2 days to get this put together, but you know what? I will take it. I will gladly take it. This system, I love this system. I've always really enjoyed having these recategorizing systems like this. Now, I am going to go through and organize some of these filters. So, like if I come back here to this chest where I've got these 2 blocks, these are just example items just so I can at least test that this thing is working. But I will go through here and actually organize all the filters. But I have to keep in mind as I do this, that if I'm going to put items in, I have to swap them like this. I cannot just go up here and click one of these shears, drag it out, and then put another item in. It will mess up the entire system, and then I'll have to fix it again. And I'm not going to do that, because that's a massive pain. It's easy to fix, but it's annoying to fix. So I'm not really going to worry about that. But I'm super glad that it works, and now that I am done with all of this, I can start getting the shulker box unloader put in and try to get an interior done, because, well, this place is going to need something. At least I can't leave it looking like this. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. I don't really have any plans for the interior just yet, because, well, as you guys probably know, I don't really do interiors too often, but that's fine. I can wing it. I winged the one from last season, and it turned out fantastic, so I'm pretty sure that I can do the same thing with this one. I'm going to go on ahead and get some blocks and start getting this unloader put in, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so story time. I actually finished this interior last week, and because my internet speeds decided to be completely just broken over the last week, I have not been able to do anything else. All I've done was lag around the server, so it kind of ruined my plans for the rest of the episode. So all I got done was the storage room, and I'm really happy to show this off. This is pretty similar to what I did in last season, if you remember the beginning of the episode where I kind of showcased that one. I pretty much copied the same design, but I changed up the color palette quite a bit, just because, well, I was interested to see how it would look in here, and honestly, I love this so much that I just wanted to stick with it, so I'm really happy with it. I wanted to stick with the same color scheme that I've got going on in here, just minus the oak. I feel like a lot of the oak is kind of dragged into the chests and stuff that's right here, so I think that'll be fine. And I stuck with the green walls. I didn't do the double layered walls like I initially thought I was going to do. I pretty much just started placing blocks and trying things, and this is what came of it. I really like the dark oak with the green concrete. I think this looks great. This whole wall right here, it took me a while to figure out what to do with it, and then I started realizing I was overthinking it, and I just made these little shelves and added these little archways for some shape, just because it was a little too square, and that's all it needed. I mean, that was really nice. The portal also got moved back to here, so this way, as I'm coming in and out of the base, it is just right here in my storage room. I can get in, get out, do whatever else I need to do, and it's right here by the front door, which I don't know why I walk around, because I've got a front door right there beside it. I also tied in a little bit of the glazed terracotta. I really wanted to do more of this around the build, but just that lime green didn't really fit too well with the rest of this, especially with the white accents, unless I wanted to tie in more of this. And I'm going to tell you now, with all of the quartz that got tied in out here, I don't really want to do anything else with quartz, bone blocks, anything else like that, so I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And I come up here, and I added in the prismarine going around. Now, when I made the prismarine farm earlier this season, I had no intent on actually using the prismarine much myself, but this has turned out to be one of my favorite things ever, so I'm really glad that I went through with that. And it pairs up really nicely with the warped wood. These trapdoors look really good with that and the dark oak, and then I have got the warped nylium, whatever it's called. I don't know, I don't remember, but I've got that, and then I've got these green frog lights underneath with the skulk veins going across it. It ties in all of that, and I love it so much. And over here you can see that I have got my shulker box unloader, which it was full of shulker boxes, but they have all since been relocated because I did finally clean out my shulker monster that I had. And you can see there's a bunch of items here that's still not, well, filtered into the system. And that's fine because I don't really have room to filter too much more of that. And I think it'll be okay. But I did finally clean out my shulker monster. It was originally in here. I moved it all the way over to here with Stinky the Rat. And I did finally clean this out, and I got it moved and got it all taken care of and got it all sorted, and it was pretty much flawless. I didn't have any issues mainly because I ended up sorting by hand because the lag was so bad. I was scared I was going to break my redstone, so I just started placing all of the items in here by hand. I did run the sorter a little bit in the background while I was doing it, but I did it very, very nervously because I was scared I was going to break the entire system. But speaking of systems, so the shulker box unloader, how it works is you basically drop in, and you know what, let me grab a shulker box real quick. I'll just demonstrate. All right, I've got a shulker box. Let's just grab a couple of items. I'll grab a few blocks of this and a few blocks of this, and we'll just take that and we will place it right here into the unloader chest. And then what it's going to do from there is it's going to go up here, and then you can hear it spit out right there, and it's going to start dropping items, which is going to get sent right over here to this chest. And once it's sent to the chest, the minecart starts moving around. It's up here, and then it catches underneath there. It starts filtering some items, and then when it picks up all of the items, it sends it around. It detects what items need to be dropped off. I want to say the prismarine is going to be the first one that gets picked up, so that's going to move the prismarine all the way over here into this chest, which is going to pretty much set off the same exact system. Yep, there it goes right there. And then when it gets over here, it's going to pick it up again, and then it's going to run a filter. And when it runs the filter, it will highlight this chest row right here. Great, there it goes. And then the items start filtering in there, and the oak stuff should have already filtered over here while I was distracted with that. I don't know why I honed in on that one so much. And then the shulker box gets broken, and when it gets broken, it gets sent right back down to here, and that's pretty much it. And the great thing about this is I don't have to put in shulker boxes. I can just take items and just put them in. So if I take these signs back out and I just drop them in there, they will get sent up, they will get sent over, and they will start to filter as well. Now, I didn't set up this system to filter non-stackable items like I initially was going to do this season. I had bigger plans for the storage room this season, if I'm being honest with you. But the initial thought was to take some of these non-stackable items. Do I have any in here? Like the leather boots and the shears and stuff like that, and have them go into their own place, but that just ended up not happening. I'm fine with that. I think it's going to be okay. I don't really have that much anyway. But that's pretty much it with this system in a nutshell. I think this entire room looks beautiful. I think it serves its purpose, I guess. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I do want to go back in here and at least change out the floor a little bit just to match back there, and probably put like a wall capped off behind here, just because if I'm sitting right here, I kind of get a glimpse of all of that, and I don't really care much for that, so probably going to change that out, but that'll probably be an off-camera thing. For now, I think I am done in here. This has been a long time coming, and I'm so very glad that I finally have this done, even though I've been talking about doing this thing since like October, November, something like that. Anyway, it's finally done. I'm happy, and with that, I think that just about does it for today's episode. Again, I had more plans, but the laggy internet kind of caused me to, well, kind of have to say no to those plans this week because, well, I don't want to lag around and bother anybody else with that. So, yeah, I think we're just going to call it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. As always, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You guys know the drill. My name is Lane. I will catch you in the next one.